You watching NoGlowCow.com. Yeah.
Sometimes we have brilliant ideas, way before other people have thought about those ideas. You think about Pharaoh's idea. So Pharaoh had this great business idea. He's going to build a pyramid to be the wonder of the world. Egypt was going to be such a great nation. It was a great idea, and the strategy was not that he was going to do it himself or his people were going to do it. It was a business strategy. And we're going to get other people to do it. Just like business today. You know, the businessmen don't do it, but they get other people to do it. To me, we had thought about that a long time ago. And sometimes in our thinking of things, I'm not sure if we always think things through. For example, it was a great idea, brilliant, you know, especially for that time. But now when you figure, okay, Pharaoh, look, you know, they must have discussed it and said, look, we're not going to haul all those stones and do this. We don't want to do that kind of stuff. And he said, all right. Well, look, you know, we just get some people to do it, get some slaves. I mean, yeah, we don't have to do it. And said, all right, good, brilliant. Now who are you going to get? And so of all the slaves at the time, of all the people, they decided to get God's people. Now, you know, had he thought it through a little bit, he probably would have said, okay, let's get some other people. But no, we'll just get God. They work great. Everything works for them. We'll just make them slaves. First mistake, right? I mean, and that's what I'm saying. It's a thing. You know, we think about brilliant ideas, but then we follow up with things we don't think through entirely. Nevertheless, God said, okay, all right, fine. You know what? My people need to be disciplined. And God gave them 400 years. Said, okay, all right, you can use them as slave and discipline them, all right. So after 400 years, God said to Pharaoh, all right, that's it. Time's up. I need my people to do my business. That's it. So Pharaoh said, whoa, what you mean? What you mean? And that's the thing with black people. You know, when things are you can't talk to us sometimes. Pharaoh's like, you don't understand. My business is going great. You can't interrupt my business. So God's like, all right, let me show you a little something, you know. So he said, Moses, show him a little something to let him see who I am, so he can let the people go, because he's not thinking right. You know, sometimes we just don't think right as a nation. So Moses throw down the thing, and the snake goes, and it's like, whoa. Now you know how black folks be like, get the voodoo man. Bring in the voodoo man. Oh, we can do that too. Little snake come out. That ain't nothing. So God had to, you know, and that's the thing. We can be kind of stubborn sometimes, but nevertheless, God said, I'm gonna work you. And the only thing that work with us is like death. You know, God got to the point. Like, it's like, all right, I'll fix you. Kill all the firstborn, everybody, dead. Officers, oh, I get it now. You want to leave? All right. Finally, he let the people go. You know, so and sometimes with us, you know, as you kill them, we don't get the point. As you kind of cute, kill them, and finally we get the point. We thick-headed sometimes as a nation. We don't always be thinking. You know, unless we get dead, shot up sometimes. Oh, okay, I see. Maybe this ain't the right way to walk. Maybe this ain't the right neighborhood. Maybe I ought to, because we don't get it. So nevertheless, finally, right, so back to our history. So he said, let him go. Finally, he got his thinking straight, and he let the people go. And this is the history. I'm just saying the history of us, right, the black people. So he finally let them go, and the next day, he must have wanted something to eat. Said, bring the food. Bring the food. And bring the food. Ain't no food. The Pharaoh, remember, the slaves are going, what? No food? You know, black folks say no food. It's a food, especially fried chicken. No fried chicken, no more food? No, we got to fix this. Off he goes. Bring him back. Forget everything. So now, here's where I have a problem, even with history. So he goes and boom, here he goes, finally reached the point where he sees the sea open, right? He chases after them. Okay, we need our slave back because we need to eat. Who's going to wash the clothes? We ain't going to do that. We can't do that kind of stuff. Nevertheless, he gets there and the Red Sea is wide open. Boom, and the fishes are swimming on one side and the whales on the other side. And he says to himself, what is this? So now, I say to you, right? It is at this point that I would say in any nation, any other nation, other than black folks, would have said, you know what, I'm gonna just let them go. But not black people. We stubborn. We were like, nah, we got to get them. I mean, and you say, okay, how I know that? All right, I'm gonna tell you how I know. I mean, little history, right? A couple, maybe I don't know how many years later, the same Jews, his people, he allowed them to be captured by the Babylonians, right? This great nation, the Babylonians. You heard of them in history. So the Babylonians captured them, and the Babylonians said, wow, the children are so smart. So this is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna train the children to become officers and things like that because they're smart. Now, with the Babylonians, once the children or whoever they're going to train get into their clique, they get all the nicest food, delicacies and everything. The problem is, God's people couldn't eat the things that the other nations were eating. So the kids, Daniel was one of them, and the others came, and he said, look, we're fine. We'll take the studies on the information, we'll learn, and we'll do whatever we ought to do, but we can't eat that stuff. Just give us vegetables. We can't eat, the pig and stuff like that. So the king said, well, who you think you're talking to? This is Babylon. This is our delicacy. Who you think you are? We captured you. You're a slave. So the king said, all right, throw him into the fire and cook him. And I said, finish. I ain't even worried about this. So they throw him into the fire. Fire burns. I said, all right, finish with that. Let's get some more. Let's find some other kids, teach them some lessons. But I said, no, the guy is not burning. So, what do you mean he's not burning? You know such thing. So he took him out. I said, that's strange. So I said, all right. So he threw him then into the lions. I'll fix you. Let the lion eat you. The lion's like, no, I ain't you, because you got God with you. So the lion's like, no, I ain't touching that. I ain't touching that kind of meat. He goes and he gets him and he comes out. He's like, all right. That's it, man. I ain't never seen nothing like this before. You want vegetables? It's vegetables. And that's it. So this great nation, the Babylon, right? Babylonians, just like that, they realize that this ain't normal. And I ain't messing with this dude. I'm going to give him vegetables. If he want just lettuce, I'm going to give him just lettuce. I ain't even messing with him. So now going back to Pharaoh. Pharaoh done gone through the death of half of all the Egyptian firstborn children. And all the other thing that God did to show him that he was God. And now he's here, the sea that is open. Nobody ain't seen no thing like that. And ain't no other nation. Everybody of every other race, if you don't talk to them, would have said, all right, that's it. You know what? Let's go find some other slaves because this ain't worth it. No, not us. We stubborn. What we're going to do, we're going to figure out how we can run in there, get them, and run out. I mean, what you thinking? I mean, we black, we can run. You said to me, all right, Kelly, that's way history from the beginning. We done learned from that. And we done learn and we progress. And we've gotten far away from that. All right, so I'm reading history. So they give me history. I'm reading and I'm trying to figure out some things. So they said that, as a race, we're slaves. And we were slaves in other countries all over. And the way it works is that they went to Africa and they bought us. So I read and I read it again, and I try to read it upside down to try to get it. And my question is, who did they buy us from? Because I'm honestly, I'm trying to understand this. So they go to Africa, and they say, all right, okay, Akabambu, it's a great continent. So many black people here. Akabambu said, yes, we have many black people here, more than we need. Oh, yes. And he said, so Akabambu, this is what we're going to do. We want to buy some. It is at this point that I begin to wonder, so what happened? So Akabambu said, all right, you want to buy some of my people? Yes, of course. How much you offering? I said, whatever. So they offer and he makes a trade, and Akabambu says, okay, I'll get what you need, and you just give me the money and I'll give them to you. Because we're bought, right? So okay, so here it is, Akabambu comes, and he figures out, okay, he's going to give them so many black people, and they're going to take us to wherever they want to take us. So I'm confronting Akabambu. This is in my imagination. I mean, this really didn't happen. So in my imagination, I said, so I go to Akabambu and said, so Akabambu, so what were you thinking? You're going to sell your people? So I mean, Akabambu says, no, I didn't sell my people. I sell the people across the street. It wasn't my people. I mean, what is he gonna say? I mean, you know, what were you thinking to sell your people to people that were coming? These were your people. It is. I never figured. Did you think that one through? I mean, did you really sit and think? You know, oh, am I thinking? Okay, if we sell 100 million, you know, we get a lot of money. I mean, you know, we just get. Besides, I don't like Joe anyway. He lives across the street. He just, you know, he has this woman that I love. The woman. If we can sell him, then I'll have his woman. I mean, what goes through your mind? What do you think? What are we thinking? We don't always think things through. Like we're smart, but then there are times when we don't think things through that way we should. You said, no, Tony, that's long gone history. That's gone. We done progress and we done grow, and we don't think things. You know, we've moved on from there. However, you heard of the Underground Railroad? That was where, you know, a lot of the slaves got help to come to the north and got free. Now, the people that was trying to shut down the Underground Railroad didn't know where or how to find it. So they said, okay, well, let's ask the people out. No. So they said, anybody know where the Underground Railroad is? Yes. Black people don't put up their hand. I know, I'll show you. 10 cents, Heineken, whatever beer they gave them, well, nothing. They showed them all the Underground Road. Yes, this is where we came and this is where we got free. Yep. Mm-hmm. And you figured, what was going through his mind or their mind to do that? I mean, you figure this is the lines of freedom. This is where the people are helping you, and you just, okay, yep, this is one here. We're brilliant, we're smart, but sometimes we don't really think a thing through. You say, oh, today is different, Tony. We have grown. Yes. Mm-hmm. Sure, we've moved forward. We've progressed. We're better. We make better decisions now. I said, all right, no problem. So 3 days ago, this brother approached me. I mean, we're way now. I mean, I'm gone from history now. We're progressed, right? As a race, we've progressed. We are brilliant. We're thinking straight. And he says, I have a design, and you know, I want to show it to you, and you know, get your ideas, see what you think. Maybe something you want to collaborate with, or whatever, invest or whatever, promote. I said, sure. So he shows me the design. Yeah, the design was Black Panther. It was, you know, Chadwick on the top, and all the Avengers on the bottom. You know, you put them however you want. So I said nicely, because I figured he didn't think this one through, and he didn't realize that there were some people own this whole thing. So I said, what about, you know, copyright infringement? Oh, no. This is my idea. You know, this is mine. See how I have it? It's my idea. You know those moments where you realize that, you know, there must have been a guy next to Pharaoh at the time when Pharaoh was about to go into the bed of the Red Sea that looked at Pharaoh and said, I know it's not a good idea, but I'm not even going to try to tell him. I ain't even, because look, I can see it's not a good idea because I don't know who's holding the water open, but if you think we should go down there, then fine, you should go. I mean, I really don't think, but I'm not going to suggest and lose my head. And it's kind of like the same thing to this. Sometimes, you know, the presentation, something like that, how are you going to create a logo with Avengers the people that they own and they invest in, and you're going to say this is yours and you want me to invest in that? I'm going to have Disney all over me. It's like the whole ocean crashing down. When they're finished with me, I'll have nothing left. So, you know, but these are the times when you don't even say, you say, yeah, you know, interesting. Because you realize you can't, some people, you can't get nowhere. So you leave it alone, you know, kind of thing. But that's what I'm saying. We're brilliant people, but sometimes we just don't think things through. We have a history of not thinking things through fully.